And it has become very complicated even to train him. And most parents are struggling with that. Toilet training. We have children over 8 years who cannot feed on themselves. They have to be fed by the nannies. And you wonder, what does the nanny bring on board? I have always told people, remember when our children are growing up, there's no child you will meet at school who will tell you, when I grow up, I want to be a nanny. Has anyone ever met such a child? No. So most of the nannies we have at home, they are there because of fate. They never had the money to go to school. They grew up in scarcity. They grew up in a hostile environment. And yet we bring them in our very well supplied homes with all the resources, and the children whom in their own eyes are spoiled. They do not understand why they have to run around feeding a child, and yet in their home there is nothing to even fight over. They do not understand why a child is growing up in a family where their parents are not there. They do not understand why your children cannot use the toilet, yet where they came up from, children as early as 2 years can use the toilet. So to add to your absence, your children are also facing frustration from the household that you leave them with. In most cases, most of those households spend most of the time with their children. This morning I was sharing with one of the ladies, and they told them, in the city, in Nairobi city, those who have been there, the traffic is crazy. For you to be in the office on time, you have to leave your house at 5:30. Not because you are a good employee, but because the traffic is crazy. You want to save on your fuel, and you want to be in the office on time. So when you leave at 5:30, the children are still asleep. And for you to be back on time to avoid traffic, you have to leave the office at 7:30 or 8 so that you get home. By the time you get there, the child is asleep. The whole day the child was at school, being taught by a teacher, probably does not understand the child. The child comes home, is with a nanny. He only sees you on Saturday. Of course, on Saturday you have all the weddings to attend. You want to catch up with friends. And so the children are just wallowing in confusion. They do not know, why am I on this earth? So they resort to other things. But parenting in Africa felt that there is a need. Some of us, when you look back, you realize that the kind of parenting that our parents had, yes, they were good, they made us to be what we are. But if you put them to test, they are not skillful in any way. Most of you will agree with me that our parents used threats. Our parents used force to instill discipline on us. The current child will stand with you in court, or will call the helpline to say that my daddy has spanked me. And the child will see you behind the bars. So what we are saying is, we are not locking our doors to modernization. Parenting in Africa is determined to ensure that everything is done in a skillful way. When it comes to positive discipline, currently we have a multi-country research going on, and we are saying a child can be upright minus inflicting pain. A child can learn minus inflicting pain. Some of you don't believe in this, but it works. Today, if you are a mother like me, and you dare lift a cane against a child, I'm a mother of boys. When my boys get to 12, 13, if I try using physical punishment on them, you can be sure it will be wrestling, and I'm the one who will be beaten. Yeah? Because they are two very energetic boys. So some of these things are not working. And we are saying, can we learn? Can we make it better to ensure that we do not lose the basics, but we instill the morals? So Parenting in Africa offers us that platform where we can mirror out things that work, approaches that have been tested and proved to be working in Africa, and what does not work. We have heard of approaches like timeout, and in one forum I told people that timeout is too Western. Some of our communities, we have parents who live in a one-room house. The sitting room is inside the bedroom and the bedroom is inside the kitchen. It is one room. So when you tell them that you can be firm on your child, but by giving them time out, putting them in a secluded place, they do not understand where is that secluded place. Because they're also looking for space in the house. So some do not work, and we take that initiative to test what is working and share with our member organizations approaches that can work. The founder members of Parenting in Africa took a trip through several countries in Africa to find out what are the challenges that the families have. And that is how Parenting in Africa was born. So we want to be sharing with members materials like you see on your desks. We raise resources from donors so that we can have pilot testing exercises. We can produce documentaries. You watch some of them. I think you have some on indigenous knowledge. We can host forums that bring together members so that they can share and learn from each other. Among the basket of donors that we have 2 founder member organizations which are based in East Africa. We have a CPF, African Child Policy Forum. We have Investing in Africa, Investing in Children and Their Societies, that is ICS Africa. Currently we have received funding from Save the Children, East Africa region, and OSF that are funding us for specific initiatives. So we are a growing network, and everywhere we go we encourage organizations and individuals to be part of the network. Somebody will ask me, how can I be part of this network? It is important also to be a part of the country-specific chapter, as well as be a member of African Parenting in Africa network. That way you are able to benefit more from the country-specific initiatives, as well as Africa-specific initiatives. We hold Africa conferences. In the month of May, we were celebrating an International Year of Family that brought countries from all over Africa into an expert forum to review the African Union Plan of Action for the Family. You agree with me that when you look at the Millennium Development Goals, there was no single objective on family. It was focusing on development, focusing on education, water and sanitation, and every other sector apart from the family. You can be sure that Parenting in Africa, through country chapters, collective responsibility at the country chapters, and over to the network secretariat, we are lobbying with the African Union and the various forums where the Millennium Development Goals are being discussed, so as to ensure that we have specific objectives touching on the family. That is the post-2015 Millennium Development Goals. So why